Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Asjad Ahmad. I'm from Institute of Aeronautical Engineering branch Aeronautical Engineering and from section A. My roll number is 20951A2142. So this is our Python session and we are doing a list comprehension. Our today's topic is list comprehension, which is familiar with a list, and it is from our Python programming subject module 3 list. So we know that what is list. A list is a sequence of numbers enclosed in a square brackets, as we know that. So list is immutable and it can be changed. We can do slicing on it. We can, delete, append, remove. There are so many functions that we can use on it. We can make list in so many different ways. We can do in a direct way. So it is. It can be it is built in as well as user defined function because we can change it unlike other tuples which are immutable. So dictionary is very important and it's used widely for calculating, for identifying, or for storing strings, numbers, and anything, arrays, or anything. So let us go through the list comprehension. This is our topic. So list generally, smallest and easiest way to comprehend a list comprehension is uh, list comprehensions represent creation of new list from an iterable object like a list, set, tuple, dictionary, or range that satisfy a given condition. So we know revaluation, we know refreshment, we know regenerated means the things which already exist, then we are modifying and recreating it again is known as regenerating or representation. So list comprehension is also represents creation of new list from the old list, or that old we are making list from either old list. It can be tuple, it can be dictionary, or it can be range, and any uh, you know data science. So that satisfy a condition. List comprehension contain a very compact code, usually a single statement that performs this task. So it is easy to understand. It will make code very easy and it make code remember very easy. So let us go through an example for list comprehension, as we want to create a list with squares of integers from 1 to 100. So we can write code as so. See, we want to create a list with squares of integer from 1 to 100. So we can write a code as so it is square. This is one method with which we can create a list. So it's a square list from 1 to 100. That's why it represented as squares. So when we go to next slide, we are using here range function and for function to recreate it again. So we are recreating and modifying it to its squares, which was already exist in the root numbers. So for I in range of start, stop, and step over, squares dot append means we are adding squares of the particular number of the range from 1 to 10. Here we take 11 because in it is a built-in function that we have to take number more than we want a result. So the preceding code will create squares list with the elements as shown below. So yeah, these are the squares. This is the square of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it is ending at 100. So the square under 100. So the previous code can be rewritten in a contact way as yes. See here, what I have told you is that a recreation of existing list is known as a list comprehension, but it can be reconstruct, reinvent, or recreate in so many different ways. As you can see here, it's a we are using for loop and range to create one, then we are using squares equals to, we are adding it into the this list bracket, square brackets only. So x to the power 2 for x in range of, here we are using range, but we are not using for loop, because if we use for loop we have to append it, we have to append squares, but here we can do it in a single line only. That's the advantage of this thing. So this is called list comprehension. So from this, we can understand that a list comprehension consists of square brackets, braces. We can also tell containing an expression of x to the power 2 or I to the power 2 after the expression of for loop. It's a mistake actually. It's for loop, and then 0 or more if statements can be written. Yes, it can be created in one list. It can be created in one list as you can see here, and it can be created in more than one list as you can see an example, a sample example here is expression for item 1 in iterable if statement 1, for item 2 in iterable is statement 2, for item in iterable if statement 3. Now let's go to the next slide. Here is an example. You can see to create an even squares of all. So we are recreating in so many different ways. So it is an even square x to the power 2 for x in range of 1 comma 1 if x percentage by 2 equals to 0. So it will display the list even squares as list. So this is an advantage of it. If we wanted, so for after writing this, if we want after writing this, let us consider an example. Control plus V. If we write the statement for using for loop for x in not range of this range of 1 comma 1 comma 11, then print odd squares. I think we can do it. We can do it in this way also. We can do it in this way also, as you can see here. But doing it in even square is more important. Don't apply this method because we will ask only even squares, odd squares. There will be different condition for different problems. So this may be wrong if I understood it. So let us consider some examples of list comprehension. Suppose we want to separate the letters from the word. So the word is given as human. So we want to separate the words from human. So we can use split formula, split function also, and add the letters as item of a list. Okay, but it cannot, the split function will not add in the form of a list. So the first thing that comes in mind would be using for loop. So using, but you're not getting that. Now write a program. Now we will write a program. We'll consider one example for list comprehension. So that separates H, you know, see letters. This is human letters. Equals to, we'll choose square brackets because we are recreating the list. Then using for letter in a human, for letter in human, we are using for loop, right? So you should use colon also. So when you use colon, it will start from here, letters dot append of letter. Here we have used letters and here we have used letter. These are the different statements. These are different decision statements. But if you use this, and this is the same decision statement. So here we have used S, that means you have to use S here also. We are appending a letter for creation of a list. Then we will print. H letters. Then we print H letters. Then the output we will get is getting the each letter of this will get changed into different elements in a list like this. So the output of our will be like this. So this is list comprehension. So recreating a list from an old list is known as list comprehension. At last, this is a Python list in Python is a very easy and essential method for doing list comprehension. Also helps us to easily understand the code steps and everything that we got. So this will help us for recreating a new list of an old existing list in so many different ways. So this is our end of our session. Thank you so much.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.